What if a tiny baby changed the fate of an entire nation? In a time when Pharaoh ordered all Hebrew baby boys to be killed, a brave mother hid her son for 3 months. She lived each day with a heart pounding in fear and hope, knowing that discovery meant death not only for her child, but for herself as well. When she could hide him no longer, she made a decision born from desperation and love. She placed him in a basket, carefully woven, and sealed it tight to protect him from the water and the dangers that lurked along the Nile River. With trembling hands, she set the basket afloat, watching as it drifted slowly downstream. Imagine the tension, drifting helplessly, life hanging by a thread, surrounded by reeds and the gentle current, with no control over what might happen next. The basket floated quietly, almost unnoticed, until Pharaoh's daughter came to the river to bathe. As she walked along the riverbank, her eyes caught sight of the basket nestled among the reeds. Instead of turning away or fearing what she might find, she felt a surge of compassion. Inside the basket was a crying baby, vulnerable and alone. Against the harsh laws of her father's kingdom, she chose to rescue the child, to give him a chance at life. This act of mercy would change everything. Who is this baby? He's Moses, the future leader who will confront Pharaoh, the ruler who sought to destroy him and lead his people to freedom. But how will a baby saved from death grow to change history? Raised in the royal palace, Moses knew the power and privilege of Egypt's throne, yet he never forgot his roots or the suffering of his people. His journey was one of courage, faith, and determination. Think about the weight of Pharaoh's daughter's choice. She defied the orders of her own father by saving a Hebrew child. What would you have done in her place? Would you have risked everything for a child not your own, a child born into a world of oppression and fear? This moment reminds us that even small acts of kindness and bravery can ripple through time, altering the course of history. Moses' story teaches us about resilience and the power of hope. From the basket on the Nile to the heights of leadership, his life was shaped by the love and sacrifice of those who cared for him. His mother's courage to protect him, Pharaoh's daughter's compassion to save him, and Moses' own strength to rise against injustice all show how destiny can be rewritten by choices made in the face of danger. As we reflect on this story, consider the challenges we face today. What would it take for us to stand up for what is right, even when the odds are against us? How can we, like Pharaoh's daughter, show compassion in a world that often seems harsh and unforgiving? The story of Moses is not just an ancient tale. It is a call to courage and kindness, a reminder that one life, no matter how small, can change everything. Imagine the journey ahead for that tiny baby in the basket. From the riverbanks of Egypt to the deserts where he would lead his people, Moses' path was filled with trials and triumphs. His story is one of faith, faith in a promise greater than himself, faith in the strength of his people, and faith in the power of freedom. Every decision, every moment of bravery, began with that single act of placing a child into the unknown, trusting that hope would find a way. What if more of us embraced that same trust? What changes might we bring to our own world? The legacy of Moses encourages us to believe in the possibility of change, even when the future seems uncertain. So when you think about the tiny baby in the basket, remember that history is filled with such moments, small, quiet acts that blossom into great movements. The courage of a mother, the compassion of a princess, and the bravery of a leader all started with a choice to protect life and believe in a better tomorrow. What would you have done in Pharaoh's daughter's place? Would you have closed your heart or opened your hands? Would you have seen a threat or a child in need? This story invites us to choose hope, to act with kindness, and to remember that even the smallest among us can make a world of difference.